All right, welcome to blockchain technology. We're going to be talking about types of blockchain. This is just Antoine, and we are excited to share this information with you. Truly, it is a blessing. The two basic types of blockchains are private and public blockchains. They are, however, some variants, including consortium and hybrid blockchains. Let's first look at what characteristics various blockchains have in common before diving into specific of each type. A cluster of nodes operating on a peer-to-peer network technology makes up every blockchain. Each node in the network maintains a copy of a shared ledger that is properly and promptly updated. Each node can create a block, and when the block is created, it can send or receive transactions and verify those transactions. Pardon me. Public blockchains is the first subset of blockchain technology. And what happens is that when Bitcoin came out, it came out on a public blockchain, and where the distributed ledger technology um, first emerged. And it was to get rid of the the effects of the centralized platforms or centralization, like less security and transparent. All right. And so instead of keeping data in one place, the distributed ledger technology, which is the blockchain, distributes it across peers in a network. Since it is decentralized, some methods of data authentication must be implemented. Users in the blockchain can concur on the current state of the ledger by employing a consensus process. You got proof of stake and you got proof of work are the two common consensus methodologies. Anyone with internet access can join the blockchain platform and become an authorized node because the public blockchain is open and permissionless. This can do mining operations, complex calculations required to verify transactions and add them to the ledger, and has access to both recent and historical data. So the blockchain technology is very, very transparent. And so you can see the history of things and you can see the things as they go in real time. Because the source code is open source code, anyone can review the transactions, look for problems, and recommend fixes. As a result, no legitimate record or transactions can be altered on the network. Okay, so once it goes onto the network, it's permanent on the network, right? That transaction is permanent. Some advantages. Its reliable proof of work process assures that no fraudulent transactions occur, so public blockchain nodes do not need to know or trust one another. So um, the system itself is built on trust, right? And to be reliable. It's open and transparent. All member nodes can see the data on the public blockchain. Each authorized node keeps a copy of the blockchain records, or what is called a digital ledger. Secure. A public network is secure since it allows for any number of users or nodes. In a bigger network, more data is distributed, making it harder for the hacker to compromise the whole thing. So, here are some disadvantages of blockchain technology. A public blockchain has incredibly few transactions per second. This is because of the vastness of the network and the fact that many nodes are needed to do proof of work and verify transactions. So that it has low transactions per second or lower TPS. Another issue is with scalability. The transactions are handled and finished slowly. This compromises scaling, since the network will slow down as we attempt to expand it. And the last one we're going to cover now is that it has high energy consumption. The proof of work devices cost a lot of money and uses a lot of energy. Without a doubt, technology will need to provide energy efficient consensus methods. And they're working on that right now. And so we know that soon that will be better. And some it's already gotten better with proof of stake. Number two, private blockchains. A blockchain network runs in a restricted or private environment and is managed by a single identity. Although this blockchain is much smaller than a public blockchain network, it it features a similar peer-to-peer connections and decentralization. Instead of being accessible to anybody who wishes to donate processing power, they are frequently operated on a small network within a company or organization. Enterprise blockchains and permissioned blockchains are other names for them. Some advantages of your enterprise blockchains or your private blockchains is scalability. Your private blockchain size can be adjusted to meet your specific uh, requirements. So that's a good thing. Private blockchains are therefore particularly scalable since they enable companies to swiftly grow and reduce the size of their network. Speed. Private transactions on the blockchain happen more quickly. This is due to the fact that a private network requires less time to validate transactions because it has fewer nodes. Disadvantage, trust building. Less people use a private network than a public one. Centralization, a private blockchain inability to function without central identity and access management solution is one of the limit of its limitations. This system provides complete administrative and monitoring capabilities. Less security. A private blockchain network is more vulnerable to a security breach because there are fewer nodes or participants. Then you have the hybrid model. Blockchains that are managed by a single entity but have some oversight provided by a public blockchain, which is necessary to carry out specific transaction validations, are known as hybrid blockchains. So they use a combination of both private and public. It uses the characteristics of both kinds of blockchain and by using a hybrid network like this, users may manage who has access to what information is kept on the blockchain. Only a specific subset of the blockchain's data or records may be available to the general public. The rest of the remaining private in the private network. Because the hybrid blockchain technology is adaptable, users can easily link a private blockchain with several public blockchains. Advantages: secure, because hybrid blockchain runs in a controlled environment. Outside hackers cannot conduct a 51% attack on the network. Uh, Economical, it allows third party contact while protecting privacy. The transaction speed and cost are better than those on a public blockchain network, and their scalability is superior. Some disadvantages: it lacks transparency. This kind of blockchain isn't entirely visible because information can be concealed. Less incentive. Users lack the motivations to join or contribute to the network, and upgrading can be challenging. Consortium blockchain. A consortium blockchain is a semi-decentralized kind in which a network of blockchains is controlled by multiple organizations. Contrary to what we observe with a private blockchain, which is controlled by only one company, this is not the case. In this kind of blockchain, multiple organizations may function as nodes, exchanging data or engaging in mining. The typical user of consortium blockchains include financial institutions, government bodies, etc. Some advantages: is safe. Compared to the public blockchain network, its consortium blockchain is more efficient, scalable, and secure. Like mixed and private blockchain, is it has access control. Disadvantage: it lacks openness. There is less transparency in the consortium blockchain. Even if a member node is compromised, the blockchain rules may cause the network to become unstable. All right, so I'm just Antoine, and that's the 4 types of blockchain that we've talked about today. Y'all be blessed, and we'll see you at the top. Bye for now.